Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Near Disney. It's the Wednesday show where us local real estate experts get together for chat about the market, what's happening with all things in the Orlando area and near to Disney, as well as anything to do with how to buy or sell a house. We are your one-stop shop. So before we get into all that, let's cue the theme song. Fireworks setting the mood for the energy that we like to enjoy here. As you're all coming in as the stream starts, feel free to say hello in the chat or the comments section, and let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you have any questions. This show is all about viewer engagement as well. So I'll just introduce myself real quick. Elijah Lewis with Florida in Motion Realty. They call me the Prince of Real Estate here on Near Disney, and I am joined by my esteemed colleague in the square beside me.
Hello, everyone. I'm Virginia Carlson, also known as Cinderella on the Dream Team with Florida in Motion and Near Disney, and we're so happy that you are joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I will throw things over as we're warming up. Just let you know if you don't have plans for the holiday weekend, or maybe you forgot it was a holiday weekend. You know, sometimes you get so busy you don't even know that they've got a break coming up. Labor Day weekend celebration is going to be at the Margaritaville area, the Promenade at Sunset Walk. And yeah, this is kind of like through August 29th, so starting Friday through September 1st. And continuous entertainment, car shows, artisan markets, street performers, and more. You might have some people selling fun stuff. Yeah, basically, luck of the draw. Is a band there? Oscar Fall, the Rundowns. I'm not super plugged into the local scene, so as I should be, as I used to be, but I'm sure that's a lot of fun. Presented by Embassy Suites by Hilton. Free admission and parking, so that's kind of cool. You can just show up and not necessarily like, oh, did I pay or did I have to bring a ticket or print out something or download something? So that's just fun that's there for you. That's that cool little place where, like, you know, it's all Jimmy Buffett themed, and they have island themed houses that you can buy or rent out for like short-term rentals, and it's all near to Disney, of course. Some actually really good shops and restaurants around that area as well. It's kind of like a downtown Disney Springs that's like closer to like where we are in Celebration and stuff. So yeah, that'll be there. Feel free to check that out for Margaritaville Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, sounds like fun. What's going on?
I thought I'd just also bring up this little snapshot of the market that was provided by the National Association of Realtors. It's kind of going off the confidence index. And it kind of seems like there's some good reasons to be confident in how the market's doing, or at least how sales are going once the ball gets rolling. Only 6% of contracts were terminated in the past month. 2% of all sales were distressed. So that's good that people were just making natural deals where nobody was kind of had their hand forced or forced to take like a really bad deal just to offload the house. And only 31% were all cash buyers. So that's nice, because we all dread those cash buyers. They've got me, and they might have got you at some point, or maybe you've been so fortunate as to be a cash buyer.
Yeah.
Let us know, cash buyer crowd, the Riz, as the kids call it these days. But what it means is when we get under contract with you, we find your place. It sounds like there's just a 6% chance that it's not salvageable. Because stuff does come up, you know, like stuff comes up on the inspection report, even with an as-is contract. We, as your agents, will kind of get together and try to negotiate, try to work something out, some kind of credit or some kind of repair, or just make something work if there needs to be another revisit to the price. But that's kind of cool that, like, really, it's like there's a 94% chance that once you've got that under contract, you're gonna make it to the finish line on your house there. So I thought that was a cool way to look at it. And but speaking of getting to that point of the contract, you found a cool article here that was explaining how counter offers work for people who don't know, because a lot of people are scared of that, or a lot of sellers might expect to see more of that.
hmm Yeah, so this is just a quick guide to counter offers, and home sellers have an opportunity to make counter offers if they are dissatisfied with an initial bid from the buyer. It's actually very common. Some key points that we want to talk about are the reasons why do counter offers happen. They include changes to sale prices, requesting a later closing date, change in the earnest money deposit, and maybe removing some contingencies. This is interesting, though. Some people might have questions about the number of counter offers. It can vary and it can ping pong. There isn't a set amount, like you can only do it once or twice, and it can
Sure.
go back and forth until both parties are satisfied with the outcome and everybody is happy with the contract. To negotiate effectively, we do encourage buyers to have kind of a comprehensive picture of the costs, including closing costs, and just be prepared to make a strong initial bid based on your market research, our market research, what we discuss the home is worth, and the neighborhood, all the things that come into play when you are making an offer. So it does come off as the strongest possible one initially. Negotiable items in a counter offer include possession date, maybe personal property. That's interesting. We've seen that maybe some people come in and they're just absolutely in love with the chandelier in the dining room, and please, can that be added? So you can kind of negotiate those kind of things. Also seen maybe the amount in the earnest money. For instance, if the bid comes in with putting $10,000 down, and then they can counter saying, well, this is a great offer, but we need you to put a little bit more earnest money to just show that you're really committed to this contract.
Sure.
So
that can help stand out with competing offers too. Like
it
something
does.
creative.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, there's multiple. Well, we're going to give you 2 escrow deposits, or we're going to, do
exactly. Just to really show
of,
like, we really want this place and we're committed to it, to, getting to that finish line that we were speaking of. So, so like I said, changes in sale price, obviously, it can be a listing price and then you can come in a little bit lower. And sometimes the seller says, no, I'm holding firm on that, or they can come down a little and meet halfway. So that's definitely happens a lot, the negotiation in that respect. The closing date is an important one. Some people might not want a 60-day close. They'd rather have 40 or 30 days. So you can kind of negotiate back and forth with that. We already talked about the earnest money. Then removal of contingencies. Contingencies can be anything from an appraisal contingency, a financing, or an inspection. And then we like to talk, like Elijah was just mentioning, sometimes in the inspection, it is an as-is contract, but if certain things come up in the inspection that are just really big items, like first and foremost on the inspection report, then you can either ask the seller to fix those problems or maybe lower the price so that you can get those things fixed. So all these things kind of just, you can keep going back and forth, like I said, until everybody is satisfied with the contract and, everybody wants to get to that finish line. So just some things. And if you guys ever have any questions about what can I counter and what is acceptable, and is this, is this outrageous to ask this and that? We're here to definitely help you with all of those questions.
Yeah, I mean, it's our job to present any offer, but of course, some people are afraid of being insulting, and sometimes it's right to be afraid of being insulting because you can kind of make them think you're not serious or poison them against you. So there is a fine line. We'll try to find it. We'll try to guide you toward that sweet spot.
Right.
But we do suggest, getting as close to highest to best up front, especially if it's a kind of a newer listing and there may be multiple people circling at that point. Because sometimes it's you're in a position where you're making the offer and the seller's like, oh, I've already submitted a counter offer, so I have to wait until that's either rejected or signed, because right now the ball's in the buyer's court. And if that buyer signs it, then that's why you want to do highest and best right away. Right.
And that's also what I was going to mention, that a seller is not going to get involved in doing counter offers on multiple contracts, because they can't, then, potentially be bound to 2 separate contracts. And so you kind of have to settle one before you can move on to another offer.
You can't have 2 different families buy your house.
No, you can't.
That gets awkward. You can't. You both. I've heard horror stories where like two people show up to closing day with the keys and like, hey, what are you doing here?
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's why
That's crazy.
we try to take all kinds of fraud stuff seriously, and title
Yeah.
companies are on top of that, and why realtors help with a lot of the communication and checking on important things.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
we have vibes checks here, as realtors. We know we have radar for vibes
Yeah.
on people, because we've seen a lot, and we've seen the stuff they try to pull sometime.
Yeah,
Hey,
this is
oh,
true.
Dune Buggy Jim,
Oh,
hello
hey
there. Good to see
there.
you both. Oh, thank you, Dune
Hey,
Buggy
Jim.
Jim. That's a cool guy who does awesome cosplay and drives, as he's aptly named, cool Dune buggies. You could
Yeah.
look him up online too. So awesome. Good to have you check in. Was glad that our team got to work with you and represent you on the sale of your awesome house near Disney.
Yes.
And speaking of awesome houses near Disney, we have a new listing in Celebration, Florida, the town that Disney built, that I'm kind of excited to talk about. This is in the Artisan Park, kind of a private neighborhood that has a lot of exclusive clubhouse amenities, and these are pretty well built condos. This is the lowest entry point for getting in on a 2-bedroom condo right now. And so, yeah, there's a bit of a deal here, I would say, in a building where it's all on one floor, has elevator access, comes with a garage and a separate storage unit. Because,
Mm.
when you're with condo versus single family home, one of the drawbacks is not enough storage,
Right.
That's why I like having an attic. So this could help with that. At 1,345 square feet, we're coming in at 312,000, and we have a nice little video that we prepared for you. So check it out. All
Very
right.
nice.
That was 1221 Stonecutter Drive, Unit 20213. Always nice to be on the second floor. Sometimes people have a preference for not having neighbors passing by on the sidewalk and taking a
Mm.
glance in your window at night,
Yeah.
But, sometimes first floor is nice and accessible for people who need accessibility. So there's always trade-offs in lifestyle.
Yeah. Well,
And
that
so,
building has an elevator, which is a great amenity there.
yes, that's right.
So
So you don't need to
mhm.
deal with stairs. You just take the
Right.
elevator
Hmm.
on up. Good point reminding that. It is nice to see like price per square footage in the low 200s again, because it kind of feels like pre-pandemic there. So I think this is a good deal, and I'd be happy to show it to you if this sounds like anything that you'd be interested in. In Celebration, Florida, town built by Disney, got fun stuff like the downtown access and farmers market that they put on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And then
that
Artisan also has their beautiful clubhouse too, which you would
that's
have
right.
access to. Hmm.
Exclusive clubhouse. We did a video on that actually. If you go to
We
near
did.
Disney and type in
Yeah.
Artisan Park Clubhouse Celebration, you're gonna see me and Virginia giving you a whole tour of that place.
It's a good
I should
one.
have
Yeah. Check it out.
I should have pulled that up actually tonight and played that for you, so you get a full scope. Maybe we'll showcase that again sometime this week if it's still on the market.
Yeah.
But that was the 312,000 price range. So maybe we give you a little market update about what's going on with the average Orlando mansion prices
Oh.
soar, according to Orlando Business Journal. Out there, so Orlando mansion estate prices are outpacing the national trend right now. So that's cool. Basically, Orlando's median mansion or state value is like 1.95 million, above the
Okay.
national average. Only
Oh.
12.4% of Orlando's mansions are valued below $1 million. Nationwide, mansion values 1.44. So hey, that is pretty cool. So
Mhm.
basically, what is a mansion anyway? We know about the Haunted Mansion near Disney, but basically it's defined as a home with at least 5,000 square feet. And so basically even a starter mansion. I love that.
Starter.
You know, that's what the young kids when they get into their real estate journey. It's like we're looking for a starter mansion. I just got out of college.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
uh, one in the 25th percentile of mansions comes in at about 1.3 million in the city beautiful. So
Nice.
that's kind of cool to see that, if you're thinking about putting your house on the market and you live in a higher end community, you've seen me, you've seen Virginia, you've seen Kim Hawk, the fairy godmother real estate with over 25 years of experience
Mhm.
selling to these like luxury markets in the near Disney area. You might say like, okay, this is maybe a good time to tap into the equity of this, and especially if you're feeling like right sizing, because oftentimes when
Yeah,
we get these kinds of listings, people are just saying, I don't need this much house.
exactly.
Oh,
Hmm.
Becky Brooks thought that was funny. Starter
Yeah,
mansion.
I like
Thank you
that
for
too.
commenting.
Starter
Thank you for
mansion.
starter mansion. And we got a comment here from Mallory saying she's been meeting very nice neighbors here in Artisan Park.
Good.
Oh, that's cool. I helped Mallory get settled in a place in Artisan Park in Celebration, more single family living. But hey, the condo living is good too. So
Hmm.
happy that you're already settled and enjoying it.
Wonderful.
Let's see. So, if you need a starter mansion or even just a more high-end mansion, that is why our phone numbers are listed below. They're on here the whole time. You got no excuse. Give us a call. We'll talk to you. We'll go over the market with you and
Hmm.
all that stuff, whether you're buying or selling. In fact, we are so blessed as to be closing on a great luxury listing this upcoming week in Celebration, Florida. Well,
Good.
Kim Hawk will probably talk all about that after it gets to closing when she does her Monday night show, Information on Celebration, where she goes over a weekly update on the Celebration, Florida market. A day
Nice.
is dedicated just to that.
Yes.
And so, Virginia, there's also it's just some interesting things happening in the movies that I thought we would both talk to about. We have some
I
interesting
know.
anniversaries, because and this particular movie has a soft spot in the Orlando theme park identity.
It does. And this is one of my favorites. Elijah and I love to talk about movies. We're both big movie buffs, and a lot of our
Cinephiles, if you
conversations,
may.
cinephiles. Yes, it's more sophisticated sounding. So Jaws is celebrating its 50th anniversary, and I like
Whew.
to think of Jaws as the OG of summer blockbusters. I mean, the term summer blockbuster didn't really exist before Jaws came out, and it was an unexpected one at that. Took a lot of effort to get the movie made, and I know Steven Spielberg was kind of feeling like this is either going to make me or break me kind of thing, and it ended up being classic. I mean, it is amazing. It's one of those movies that I think is near flawless. Everybody can quote the movie and is familiar with it. So 50 years ago, 1975, it was released, and it is coming back to the theaters this Friday for 1
Wow.
week. And so you can go, like, I obviously was not born 50 years ago, so I've never seen it on the big screen. I've seen it many times. I watch it basically every summer. But I'm so excited to see it. I'm definitely going to go and watch it on the big screen and just have a totally new experience with the movie. You can see a movie over and over, but seeing it, in a different venue is kind of like
Oh
seeing
yeah.
it for the first time. So,
Sometimes that really helps. There's movies I'm so glad I saw them in theaters because I
yeah,
just
it's
would
true.
that was my first introduction. Especially if you got someone who hasn't seen it and that's an excuse to go have them check it out. That's
Yeah.
cool. So
Yeah.
they say in our industry we say you're gonna need a bigger house, but
Yes.
in
He,
Jaws it's you're gonna need a
you're going
bigger
to need a bigger
boat.
boat.
uh,
So yeah, so
and
definitely
then
check it out if you can. It's, I mean, there's limited showings, maybe like 2 or 3 a day, and it's only out for a week. But again, it's totally worth going to see because it's a
And
classic.
also, something else that bites And
Yes.
it's scary and for maybe different reasons, is
Yeah.
also returning to the big screen. We just got news this week that Twilight is
Yes.
returning to cinemas this October.
Yeah.
I guess they're gonna like just run through them, like the four of them, and you'll just get a chance to forever begins again.
Yes.
Relive, and all the old fangirls will show up.
It's
You know,
true.
when
It's
I
true.
when I was in high school, that movie came out, the first one,
Yeah.
and really, it was like man, it was just such a phenomenon that didn't go away. But I just want to say that people used to think that back when I like was young and had my hair all poofy, that I looked like this guy, Robert Pattinson.
You
If
do.
I
I
just like do
definitely
my
see the
face like this,
resemblance, you know.
I got
Yeah,
like, I
you have
got
to
the
do the
eyebrows
Twilight
and
hair.
the jawline there, and I like,
Yeah.
tussle my hair up all messy,
Yeah.
I
Totally.
people used to like stop me on the street around that time, especially when I wasn't tan like this. I lived in Nebraska.
Yeah.
People were just like, you look like that guy.
Yeah.
The
Are you the guy from Twilight?
Twilight. Oh yeah, if I'm like standing at a McDonald's in like Fremont, Nebraska, it's like, why would I be him?
Yeah.
Why would I be here?
Exactly.
What do you think?
Well, I think
Um,
the Twilight saga coming back is just as exciting. I like to watch those movies. As cheesy as they are, I still love them. I mean, they're
and
great.
you have a daughter who is like
Oh
young,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Would
my daughter
that
and
could
I,
be her
she's 11 and
bonding?
she likes
11.
to watch them too. I mean, she's seen them before, but like, we like to watch them together. And you can go and visit the Twilight house in Washington and stay in like
Mm.
her bedroom. It's actually like
Yeah,
an
that's where
Airbnb that
Sue
you
on
could
our
rent
team
out.
has some history. She could check it
Yeah,
out for us.
totally.
Um, well, all right. We got a little derailed off the real estate topic, but
Yeah,
sometimes we like to let our personalities shine through on this show for you, just so you feel like you can have some rapport with us and
right.
like us, that you want to work with us too.
Yeah, for sure.
We got good taste. We got good taste in media as well as houses for you. And that's
Yes.
really all I got for this week on Near Disney, the Wednesday show. You could hit the like button or subscribe to catch it. We're us next week, and we also just have multiple shows for different purposes. Friday is a show that's about giving you a video about in, informing you about the market in certain areas.
Mhm.
Monday is about Celebration Florida, the town built by Disney, what's happening with that. And this Wednesday show is about the broad Central Florida and Disney updates for you.
Yes.
And with
Very
that,
good.
I'll throw it over to Kim Hawk, the fairy godmother of real estate, to sign us out. Have a good one.
See you next time.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.